today's episode of Thought Leaders of Tomorrow. Today we have with us Dheeraj Kandur, a partner at Flight Shop Holidays, which is a travel company that provides both international and national experiences all under one roof. Hi Dheeraj, welcome to our show.
Hi Rabia, thank you so much for inviting me for the show.
We're so excited to understand your journey in the travel industry so far and what your experience has been. Should we get started?
Yes, please. Looking forward to.
Great. So my first question to you is, how did you venture into the travel industry and what was your journey like and what's the experience been like so far?
So basically, our company was started by my father.
Mhm.
So he started in 1989. So he started as anything relating to travel services. So that time might be of mostly flight ticketing. Then slowly, after probably a couple of years, we ventured out to holiday packages. So and we also started doing group tours as well. So all of that. So he started doing everything, basically jumbling upon everything relating to travel services regarding outbound travel services. So I think probably in 2004 or 5 was the first time I traveled abroad. So I could see what my dad was actually engaged in. So it actually created quite a bit of interest. So I was in high school, probably came back from the holiday. Then I started learning more about ticketing and visa services and holidays and things like that. I would probably say this is not a regular job that you do, because every day is a challenging perspective. Client to client perspective is different. So that's what I enjoy the most about it. So then I got seriously into work from 2012-13. So it's almost been seven years into the journey, and enjoying quite a bit. The perks that we have is to travel the world and create that exposure to the clients, which I enjoy the most.
Great. So Dheeraj, what do you, in your opinion, how do you think younger leaders within the travel sphere can actually bring about change? In what areas do you think they can bring their fresh perspective in and make a difference?
See, when I entered the industry in 2012 or 13, I could not see much younger people like me. So, but I could only meet and greet who are of my dad age or probably a little bit younger than them, not much. But in this past 7 years, I've seen a lot of younger generation coming to the industry as well, which is quite good. As the younger people come in, there will be drastic changes how the industry goes and moves on forward. I think the major difference that has come in is probably social media and technology. So I think that's where the gap was before. I think right now all the travel companies have started using technology as a main task force along with the social media skills. You can see a lot of smaller social media companies coming and partnering with smaller agents and bigger agents likewise to create a lot of videos and photos and things like that to promote destination very uniquely. So as the industry has segregated more into luxury, adventure and sustainable tourism and a lot of other things as well, you can see the technology is quite helping them to create more and more awareness of different kinds of travel at the moment.
Also, like you said, you work with your father. So,
Right.
are there ever any, like since it's two different generations, do you think there are ever any ideological differences that you kind of have to face, and how do you overcome them?
See, that's a battle that we have every day. So the ideological difference is what me and my father, we usually have on day-to-day basis. So it's usually we fight over the customer, right? What the customer wants. So his ideology will be different from what I think. So I would want get in more technology perspective, probably give them an upgrade through the technology and things like that. But my father would have his own opinions. But at the end of the day, it's a debate. It's a healthy debate. So at times he wins, at times I win. It's a mix of, I would say, old and new. Probably an old wine in a new bottle. That's about it. But apart from that, there's not major differences, I would say, because his thing comes with a vast experience of 30 years. And that has to be taken note of. So we have our differences, but it's all for the good. It's all for the good.
Right. Coming to the COVID-19 pandemic, which I think has created so many problems for the travel and tourism industry and obviously the world as a whole. How do you think it's impacted your business specifically, and how have you been kind of managing your client relationships amid all this chaos?
See, COVID has actually taught us a very big lesson, especially for the travel industry, travel and hospitality industry. Because, see, even after the unlockdown happened, so all the industries started doing at least eventually okay. But hospitality was hit very badly. So, what it taught us is probably to take things not for granted. And personally, I think it has affected a lot of employees of in the travel industry as such, because once you're in the travel industry, you have your own unique identity that you do things for your clients. So your perspective runs only about travel. So they couldn't focus on any other employment, and luckily that we could somehow sustain and keep our employees with us. But it's still been a big pressure, but slowly we are overcoming it, because we are now focusing more on domestic experiences, where we've started a program where it's time to rediscover India, probably for all our clients, where we're giving them options of unique things in probably Rajasthan, or even in our home state Karnataka, where they can just drive and stay for do a staycation and things like that. So slowly it's progressing, but COVID has taught us quite a bit of lessons of how to deal with a repercussion like this. I think it made us stand tall, but with great difficulty, I would say.
Right. Also, the pandemic has also brought into question sustainability within the travel and tourism industry. We've all become really aware of how large a carbon footprint you can make when you're traveling, and now that people have stopped traveling, cities are getting less polluted, and I mean that conversation has basically begun. So, how do you think the travel industry? How seriously do you think they're taking sustainability, and how can travel companies really incorporate sustainability into their day-to-day functioning and encourage customers to do the same?
Right. See, 5 years ago, there's no thing called as sustainability. I mean, especially for Indian travelers, it was more about unique experiences. Right now, sustainable tourism also as bargain as saying as a unique experience, which is good. And the best part is it's not about the older generation asking for this. It's about the Gen Z and Gen Y who are more into kind of sustainable tourism. So they all probably before there was nothing. I would say people would want to go abroad. They didn't want to stay away from the cities. Now it's like smaller towns and villages, and where they want to do a trek probably for 3 or 4 days and enjoy the nature. And even when I give kind of things like an adventure, they're so interested, saying that how much of emissions are we producing by this. See, if you see on your ticket, there's an option saying this is the emissions that per passenger does for every flight he takes. So I think we're going the right path. I would say that probably 5 years from now, I think it'll be the most important aspect for sure.
Mm-hmm. Also, what do you think about specific travel trends that will emerge, post the pandemic? Like, do you see any specific, ways in which people will want to travel once this is all over?
Right. So I see the travel movement going to a specific country kind of a thing. Probably before, I mean, if you take example as Europe as a destination, probably you would want to do 3 or 4 or 5 countries in a specified amount of time. I think slowly that's changing to a country specific, where probably if you go into France, it's just not about Paris, then you'll actually spending a couple of more nights in France, probably doing a 10-day or a 14-day experiential itinerary where you rediscover the complete country by its own. So I think that's where it's a forward movement that is going on.
Finally, Dheeraj, what would your message be to all the aspirants who want to join the travel industry and make a career in the travel industry? What would you like to tell them?
I would say it's a fantastic industry. Please join in, but you know everything before you come in. It's not only the travel industry. I would say for any industry, please make your homework. So, I mean, everything looks great from the outside. So from inside, every industry has its own challenges. Likewise, travel industry also has similar challenges, but it's a great industry to come in. We need more young people so that we can compete, fight, and evolve together to make this industry great.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for chatting with us today, Dheeraj. Lovely to hear all your insights on the travel industry.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.